Winter has definitely arrived, and after that recent storm, even our backyard birds are feeling the chill, and we've got Amber from Wild Birds Unlimited in Fayetteville here to share what we might see this season and maybe some simple ways we can support our feathered friends through the colder months.
Yeah.
Welcome
Welcome
back.
back.
Hey, thanks. It's so good to be here
us.
again. I know. Thank you so much for having me again.
Absolutely.
Of course, yeah, we love chatting with you about this.
So let's just dive on in. How can people kind of care for birds right now?
Yeah, so I don't know about you, but my backyard bird feeders have been so busy. And I introduced the heated water bath
Yes.
to our system. And I wanted to let people know the myth of just boiling hot water and pouring it outside is actually not good for the birds. The steam comes off and it gets trapped in between their feathers and causes icicles. So when you have a heated bird bath like ours, it doesn't raise the temperature. It just has it just enough to where it's not frozen, so the birds can come and drink from that.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, great. And another great thing you can add is we've got this great winter super blend that also comes in these cylinder feeders. And fat is the most concentrated energy source that a bird can consume. And so we really help them replenish for the mornings after they've shivered all night long. They lose 75 to 80% of their fat source at night. So
boy.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Imagine.
Yeah, the metabolism and everything changes in us. So of course it's going to
Sure.
change in our
And they're so
winged
little.
friends as
They're
well.
so
I know, so
tiny.
little. Yeah, so a blend like this is something to consider.
Yeah.
For
And
sure.
a lot of us love seeing certain birds at this time of year. Are there specific species that you're noticing more often and we should be seeing more often in the winter months?
Well, so what's great is like I fed millet out there for the juncos, and they were out there. They're ground feeders, and what I noticed is that white-throated sparrows also came. So it's like when you feed one bird, then you bring in other birds that you don't even realize that you might bring them in, especially if you're new to birding, kind of like I am. So
Oh, wow.
yeah. And I also wanted to let you know that not all bird food is created the same. So if you look here, you can see a difference in our suet versus a competitor suet. So ours is filled with like the peanuts, and it's got the higher fat protein that the birds actually need versus filled with corn. It's just the junk. You don't want to eat the junk, so why would you feed it to your birds?
Right.
So when you come to Wild Birds Unlimited, you get bird seed that doesn't have any filler in it, and it's fresh and great for the birds. Our super super suet here is a 60% fat content, so it's the highest on the
Okay.
market.
So now you may have already said this. So what is this?
So suet, it's rendered
Okay.
beef fat.
Oh, okay. All right. So this is yours,
This is
right?
ours.
And then this is like a competitor's,
Right.
right? Oh,
You can see
yeah.
that
it's different.
It's different. And
This is kind of falling apart too.
so we've
It's-
melted it down, but look,
Okay.
it's all corn. That's not a lot of your birds are going to like corn versus ours has the
No.
peanut in there, which is going to attract a wide variety of your birds.
So you just mentioned
Okay.
that some birds are ground feeders, but I know you also
Yeah.
then have feeders that hang in trees. And so can you kind of walk through the different, I don't know, categories of bird food and what folks should be purchasing?
Right, so it's really great if you can feed your birds at different levels because it really
Okay.
spreads out the competition, it really spreads out the opportunity for disease too, which also happens, especially with their goldfinches that all come together
Oh,
in
yeah.
large
Yeah,
numbers,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so if you've got things that you can feed on the ground, you can do the cylinder feeders. I like this feeder because not only can you put bird seed in there, but you can also put suet in a seed cake, so you can feed 3 different ways.
On the side.
Okay.
So the more variety you offer, the more variety of bird species you're going to get in your yard. And here's a really great fun fact. If you love bluebirds, which I think everybody almost loves bluebirds, I got them to my yard using mealworms, and now they stay because of the bark butter bits. And bark butter bits is an item that was created by our founder, Jim Carpenter, and over 160 different birds have been seen eating this bird food.
Wow.
Okay.
And so my bluebirds came for the mealworms, and they stay for the bits.
Okay,
So, yeah.
so you
Oh, my.
enticed them
Yes.
with the mealworms.
You've been really serving up some goodies for them.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So if somebody's maybe brand new to feeding birds, maybe you can share like a simple change that they can make that has the biggest impact during these colder months.
Feeding the birds. So when
Okay,
you start
yeah.
by feeding the birds, they say the more the merrier. So when a bird sees that there's other birds there, more birds will come because they know it's a safe, reliable food source. So by attracting the cardinals to your yard, then you end up getting the chickadees, the goldfinches, the bluebirds. So just starting with a
Okay.
nice, fresh, reliable food source will get you started.
Yeah, that's important.
Okay, I guess
And
that's just like people too. We see people lined up at a restaurant. It
you're
must
like,
be
right,
good
what do they
over
do?
there.
What's so good? I'm gonna go
I'm
there.
gonna go to their
Exactly,
backyard.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's a fun fact for you. Some people think that by feeding the birds, you change their migration pattern. It's not true. They change, wait. First of all, let me ask you this. Why do birds fly south for the winter?
warmth?
Warmth.
It's because they can't walk.
Oh.
They can't walk, Jason.
I
They
know, it's
fly.
Wah, wah, wah.
I know, bad joke, right? So,
I love
but
that.
by changing their food source, by adding a food source there, you're not going to change their
Habits.
migration
Their
patterns.
nature.
You're not
Okay,
gonna
great.
change that.
And
yeah.
that folks can just pay you a visit if they want to learn more, ask you questions, all of that.
Yes,
Yeah.
for
Awesome.
sure.
Well,
And the
thanks
jokes
so
are
much.
free.
Jokes are free.
Yeah.
Keep your feeders full and your jokes light.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
enjoy
I
the
love it.
birds.
I like
Yes.
it. Thanks,
Thanks,
Amber.
Amber.
Thanks for
Thanks for
joining
having us.
us.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Stay with us.